FG permits marketers to lift fuel directly from Dangote refinery. Gunmen killed 2 herders in first plateau attack. Court denies Binance executive Gambarayan bail. On the foreign scene, France imposes curfew to quell rising living costs protests. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. The federal government has given petroleum marketers permission to get petrol directly from the refineries without using the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) as intermediaries. The Minister of Finance and Chairman of the Naira Crude Sale Implementation Committee, Wale Edun, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. He provided an update on the start of product sales and credit acquisition in Naira transactions. On October 10, the second post-commencement review meeting of the Implementation Committee, led by Edun, was reportedly conducted to assess the development of the crude oil and refined product sales in Naira program. Edun stated that the government is still optimistic that these actions will improve market conditions over time for the good of all Nigerians. 2 herders were reportedly killed while 1 other missing in separate attacks on Thursday evening in villages of Riyom and Bokos local government areas of Plateau State. The state chairman of Mediala Cattle Producers Association of Nigeria, Macban Babayo Yusuf, who gave the names of the deceased as Bashiru Ilyasu and Yahuza Idris, said the former was killed in Joel village of Riyom local government area, while the latter was killed along May Katako Road in Bokos. The group added that many cattle were also shot dead during the incident. According to the chairman, the victims were killed while rearing cattle in the areas. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, is yet to speak on the attack. A police officer allegedly killed 1 supporter of the All Progressives Congress APC, Sanusi Yahuza, and injured another one, Jabril Muhammad, in Mangu town of Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Reports said the incident occurred around 1 a.m. during collation of councillorship election results for Ward 1 at Akon Primary School in Mangu local government area, when the police officer opened fire on APC supporters, resulting to the death of one and injuring another. The father of the deceased, Yahuza Isa, who confirmed the incident, condemned the action of the police officer, calling on the relevant authorities to investigate the matter and bring the officers to book. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, is yet to comment on the incident. The crisis in the People's Democratic Party (PDP) may not be over anytime soon, as the embattled acting chairman Umar Ilia Damagun on Friday held a closed-door meeting with Chairman of PDP Governors Forum Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports that the meeting had stakeholders from the North-East Zone in attendance.
The embattled acting national chairman of People's Democratic Party on Friday met with Governor of Bauchi State to seek for his support in resolving the internal wrangling.
Members of the PDP, that is governors, senators and members of the House of Representatives and the BOT, including the National Working Committee from both sides, so that we'll be able to very soon you will see this and we will. You are creating the division and I don't like it. As a leader, I said we are not recognizing any faction. We are together as a body and definitely will at the end of the day resolve. No faction in the PDP.
The acting chairman, Damagun, declined to comment on the crisis rocking the party, but called on Nigerians to exercise patience with President Tinubu administration.
I said, those that collected spaghetti and wrappers to bring this government are feeling it more than anybody else. And this should be a lesson for all of us, that we should look for credibility, those who are actually proven and tested, those who are ready to govern us, not is my type, like they have always said, Emilio.
The leadership of the party urged Nigerians to continue to have confidence in the main opposition. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Still on political matters, the People's Democratic Party members from Edo State on Friday staged a protest at the Independent National Electoral Commission's headquarters in Abuja, accusing it of bias in the recently concluded governorship election. They urged the electoral body to compel its state arm to obey a court order allowing the party to inspect the bimodal voters registration machines used during the conduct of the poll.
You demonstrated your peaceful movement to headquarters to show the general public that you are peaceful people, and continue like that for the interest of Nigeria. We want to state here that INEC is not a political party. It doesn't have political party. It doesn't have candidate. And I want to restate the mission of the Independent National Electoral Commission is to serve as an independent and effective election management body committed to the conduct of free, fair, and credible election in support of democracy in Nigeria. This our 10th time we will continue to state it. Of course, you will have your grudges, you will have your differences, and that's why you are here. And we have collected your letter, and we are with it here. We are telling you we are going to look into your letter, look into your grievances, and address it accordingly.
Another word of assurance, because we remember when the national chairman came for the peace accord, he did assure us that the result will be transmitted all real time. Because of that, we were so much enthusiastic that we will get the best again one more time from INEC. That never happened. Midway, it stopped. Only APC agents were allowed into the state collection center after they had moved collection for places like Orodo to the state collection center. Yeah, this we will recall, gentlemen of the press. We raised concerns about Mr. Anoha, the state resident electoral commissioner, and that we did not trust because of where he was coming from. And they told us there was no problem that he would perform it, that they were sending national commissioners. But what did we see at the end of the day? Even the IRF did not tally with what INEC announced.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission has debunked the allegations of beavers machine smuggling in Edo State, describing it as baseless, unsubstantiated, and without merit. In a statement in Benin on Friday, the resident electoral commissioner in the state, Anagum Onoha, said that the commission had completed its investigation into the allegations and found them to be baseless. Onoha reassured the public that at no time were beavers machines or voter registers compromised or unlawfully accessed by any political party or external party. He said that INEC remained fully committed to safeguarding the integrity of the electoral process. Onoha stated that in compliance with a recent court order, INEC was ready to facilitate the inspection of election materials and would ensure transparency in the handling of the beavers machines and adherence to the rule of law. He urged all political parties to cooperate during the inspection process. Justice Emeka Wite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has refused a fresh bail application of the detained Binance Holdings executive Chegun Gambarayan. In his ruling on the motion for bail on medical grounds, Justice Wite rejected the request, noting that renowned Nigerian medical experts were already managing his health. The judge, however, ordered the Nigerian Correctional Service to refer Gambarayan to a standard hospital in Abuja for treatment for 3 days to 2 weeks under security supervision. He subsequently adjourned the case to October 18th, November 22nd, and 25 for the continuation of trial. Gambarayan is facing $35.4 million in money laundering charges brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Now, ahead of the 2024 International Day of the Girl Child, the House of Representatives has urged the Federal Ministry of Education to implement practical solutions such as mobile education units and community outreach programs to reduce the number of out-of-school girls across Nigeria's 36 states. The global celebration on October 11th with the theme Girls' Vision for the Future discussed the importance of empowering young girls. In commemoration, the House hosted Plan International Girls' Rights Advocate. Here's more on the story.
Lawmaker Kafilat Opara, in her motion, highlighted gender discrimination as a widespread issue rooted in patriarchy and cultural stereotypes. While some countries have made progress in closing the gender gap, Nigeria continues to struggle with access to education, healthcare, and basic amenities for girls. She expressed concern that the large number of uneducated girls threaten both their future and the nation's security and socio-economic stability. Opara warned that without intentional efforts to address these challenges, Nigeria risks raising dysfunctional future mothers, essential protectors of the home and society. The House also called on the leadership of the National Assembly to amend the Child Rights Act to provide stronger protection for sexually abused children. Isabel Anini, a Plan International Girls Advocate, acted as Speaker of the House for 30 minutes, advocating for the inclusion of girls in policy-making and gender-inclusive budgeting to empower and protect them, ensuring they can reach their full potential. The House unanimously adopted the motion.
The House is worried about this disheartening high number of out-of-school girls engaged in drug abuse as well. Current data indicates that Nigeria has an estimated 10.5 million girls that are out of school who are also users of hard drugs. The House is worried that the presence of such a vast number of uneducated youth not only jeopardizes their future, but also poses a threat to the nation's security and socioeconomic stability.
Girls should be a part of policy making because who better knows what girls want than girls themselves? They should be in rooms like this constantly. Gender-inclusive budgeting and gender-inclusive policies should be made for girls to empower and protect them in making sure that they maximize their full potential. Safe schooling is very important because there's simply nothing for girls if she cannot have the education because she lives in constant fear. Sanitary pads and hygiene products should be made available and they should be made as cheap as they can be.
The House of Representatives also urged the federal government and the relevant authorities to be mindful of the masses' concerns by reviewing current tax policies to prevent the imposition of unnecessary and multiple taxes, popularly on essential goods and services. This solution followed the adoption of the motion by Peter Anekwe.
Current economic situation of this country, characterized by rising inflation, unemployment, and the increasing cost of living, which has led to widespread hardship on the masses. Concerned that introduction of additional taxes, sometimes unnecessary, including consumption taxes, service taxes, and levies on essential goods and services, place an undue burden on the masses.
Additionally, the House called on the Inspector General of Police and the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps to investigate and locate the whereabouts of missing corps members Godwin Okeke in Ondo State.
Also concerned that Godwin was supposed to complete his NYSC program on 17th of June, but got missing on May 9th, 2024, which was for the particular day his parents couldn't reach him on his mobile phone number to date.
The House adjourned sitting till Tuesday next week.
You're still on to news update on Trust Television. To stay with us, the news continues after this break. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. A recap of our top stories. We informed you that FG permits marketers to lift fuel directly from Dangote refinery. We also told you that gunmen killed 2 herders in fresh platoon attack. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has donated more than 600,000 cholera vaccines to the Borno state government to mitigate the spread of the disease in the state. The second batch of vaccines complements 400,000 vaccines handed over to the state government to contain the spread of cholera, most especially in affected communities following the recent floods that killed many and displaced millions. It urged residents to avail themselves at health centers and get vaccinated. The state government, represented by Fatih Ali, while appreciating UNICEF, assured that it will ensure to engage in health campaigns to encourage good and health lifestyle.
We acknowledge them for transporting the cholera vaccine from Lagos to Borno State. The state has appreciated, and we really appreciate their effort because UNICEF is one of the partners collaborating with the state and supporting the state 100%. So thank you very much for this. And then we have received 569 doses of cholera vaccine. So we urge everyone to go to the nearest health facility to collect this vaccination. Now with this more doses, it's close to 1 million doses, and that will go a long way to reach those who are at risk of getting cholera, given that there is a bit of overcrowding. We have children, and that's why they started prioritizing those who are at risk when we had fewer doses, but this one should be able to really contain the spread of cholera.
The World Bank has ranked Nigeria among the top 10 countries most hard hit by food inflation in the world. In its food security report for the month of September, the global lender stated that Nigeria is the 5th country most hard hit by food inflation globally and the 3rd in Africa, only trailing behind Malawi and Liberia. The report noted that Nigeria is among the countries with worsening food security conditions due to conflict in food-producing regions and environmental challenges caused by climate change. According to the report, the country hardest hit by food inflation is Haiti, with a 12% year-on-year real increase in food inflation, followed by Malawi, Vietnam, and Liberia. According to a World Bank report, extreme weather events have significantly increased food insecurity across West Africa, leading several countries in the region to declare states of emergency. France on Friday announced new curfew measures to quell civil unrest on its Caribbean island of Martinique, which has been hit by violent protests due to anger over rising living costs. The local French administration for Martinique said it was banning public gatherings until October 14 and banning the purchase of products that could be used for arson attacks. It added that protests had disrupted flights at Martinique Airport and that as a result of this, flights were being redirected to the neighboring French island of Guadeloupe. Since September 2024, there have been widespread protests and violent confrontations across the French Caribbean territory of Martinique. The Haitian Prime Minister Carol Canil visited Kenya on Thursday and met with President William Ruto today. The agenda for the meeting includes the multinational security support mission, which has seen nearly 400 Kenyan police officers deployed to Haiti since June to assist in the fight against gang violence. Speaking to journalists, Canil said he wanted to accelerate the multinational security task force by the UN that saw its mandate extended. Haiti has been on the edge following recent deadly attacks that have been termed massacres in Ponsunde. 115 people have been confirmed dead, with dozens still hospitalized. And in sports, as the March Day 6 of the 2024-2025 Premier League, Nigerian Premier Football League encounter between Abia Warriors and Kwara United draws near, Paul Sampson is optimistic of victory for the home side. The game promises to be an interesting one, given the exchange of personnel between the two clubs in recent times. The current head coach of Kwara United, Tunde Sani, joined the Ilorin-based side from Abia Warriors, having served the Warriors in an assistant capacity. He was later joined in Ilorin by defender Jimo Badamusi and midfield enforcer Ibrahim Deinde. Interestingly, the duo of Yakub Hamid and Paul Sampson rejoined Abia Warriors from Kwara United, having left Umo Chineke 3 seasons ago for the Ilorin-based side. Despite this interesting development, the Cross River born winger believes that the pride of Abia will carry the day. Chelsea star forward Cole Palmer has been voted the Premier League Player of the Month for September 2024. Palmer was announced as the winner of the Premier League website on Friday. Palmer was already started October with an assist in a 1-1 draw with Nottingham Forest, who looked to utter his leading tally of 11 goal involvements this season when Chelsea returned to Premier League action against Liverpool on Sunday, 20 October. It was double celebration for the Blues as Enzo Maresca won the Manager of the Month. With that, we've come to the end of news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us.